Shopify is not the expensive part. The expensive part is everything you realize you need after you already started. Because most people look at Shopify and think it's just a monthly subscription, I can launch a store for cheap, and I just need a product, a theme, and a checkout page. But once they actually start building, they realize the real cost is not just a Shopify subscription. It's the full system needed to actually get sales. I'm Joel with Shopify Mastery, and over the past few years, I've tested different e-com systems, store setups, products, and marketing strategies. And one thing I've learned is this: Shopify gives you the store, but it does not automatically give you traffic, customers, trust, or conversions. That's where most beginners underestimate the real cost. So for today's video, I'm not saying Shopify is bad. I'm not saying Shopify is too expensive, and I'm definitely not saying you need a huge budget to start. What I am saying is you do need to understand the full picture before you build. Because if you only think about the monthly Shopify plan, you're missing the real expenses that come afterwards. So the goal is not to avoid spending money. The goal is to spend money in the right order. When I first started building e-com stores, I thought the main cost was getting the store online. So I focused on the obvious things: the Shopify plan, the domain, the theme, maybe just some subscriptions for some apps. But once I actually tried to get some sales, I realized there were a lot of things that I didn't plan for. I needed better product pictures, better creatives, good email marketing, tracking systems, product testing, traffic and marketing. And the biggest cost was not always money. It was the time spent testing the wrong product. Time spent changing the store before I had data, time spent fixing things I should have planned for from the beginning. That's why understanding the hidden cost matters. Because once you know what actually costs you money, you can build smarter. The first hidden cost is thinking Shopify itself is a whole business. It's not. Shopify gives you the platform. It gives you the store builder, the checkout, the product pages, the backend to manage all of your orders. But that is just a foundation. It does not guarantee that people will visit your store. It does not guarantee that people will trust your brand. And it definitely doesn't guarantee that people will buy whatever you're offering. So when beginners say, I only need the Shopify subscription, that's where the mistake starts. The store is just the starting point. The real cost comes from making that store actually work. The next hidden cost is apps. At first, it feels like you only need 1 or 2 apps, but then you realize you might need apps for email marketing, reviews, pop-ups, upsells, bundles, subscriptions, tracking your products, analytics, customer support, and each app can add another monthly fee. Now, not every app is bad. Some apps can help you make more money, but the problem is when beginners install too many apps without a clear reason, they add apps because they think it's gonna fix everything. But more apps can also slow the store down. Make the setup more confusing and increase your monthly expenses. So the goal is simple: only add apps that help you capture leads, recover sales, build trust, and increase order value. Everything else can wait. And another cost beginners are underestimating is traffic. Building the store does not mean people will automatically show up and see your stuff. You need a way to get visitors. That could be paid ads, organic content, influencers, SEO, affiliate marketing, partnerships. But either way, traffic is gonna cost you something. If you run ads, it's money. If you create content, it's gonna cost you some time. If you work with creators, it might cost you some product samples, commissions, or upfront payments. So this is why it's important to build a store in a way that is ready to convert before you start sending some traffic. Because if your page is confusing, your offer is weak, or your products are not clear, you can spend money getting visitors and still not get any sales. So traffic is only valuable if the store can turn that attention into action. And one of the biggest hidden costs is testing the wrong product. A bad product can cost you more than almost anything else. Because it does not just cost money, it costs time, energy, and momentum. You might spend money on the product page, you might spend money on creatives, you might spend money on ads, you might spend days or weeks trying to make it work, but if the product does not create demand, everything becomes way harder. That's why product selection matters so much. Before building everything around a product, I would ask myself, does it solve a real problem? Does it have a strong visual appeal? Are people already buying something like this? Can I create a strong offer around it? Are the margins good enough? The wrong product makes every other cost feel heavier. The right product, though, makes everything way easier. And another hidden cost is gonna be creative testing. Most beginners think they can launch one ad, one video, one image, and get a ton of sales. But that's not usually how it works. You might need to test different hooks, angles, product images, videos, different offers, headlines, CTAs, because sometimes the product is not the problem. problem. The way you're presenting it might be the issue. And creating content has a cost. You might need product samples, UGC creators, editing tools, software tools, even time to create the content yourself, right? So this does not mean you need to spend a lot of time at the beginning, but you do need to understand that creative testing is part of the whole business. And if you only have one piece of content, you do not have really enough data. The backend is another part beginners often ignore. They think if someone does not buy on the first visit, that person is gone. That's actually not true. Most people do not buy the first time they land in a store. That is why you need systems that help you follow up. At a minimum, I would set up welcome flows, abandoned cart flows, post-purchase flows, win-back flows. This is where tools like OmniSend can help because it builds e-com and makes these flows a lot easier to launch. Yes, this might be another fee, but it is different from random apps because this cost helps protect revenue. It helps you capture visitors, recover lost sales, and increase lifetime value. So instead of only thinking about what it's gonna cost you, you have to think about what it actually helps you recover. Another hidden cost is everything that happens after the sale. A lot of beginners only think about revenue, they make a sale and think, great, I made some money. But you also need to account for product costs, shipping, transaction fees, returns, refunds, customer support, discounts, replacement orders, failed deliveries. All of these things can eat into profits very quick. That's why you need to know your numbers before you start scaling. And honestly, if the margins are too thin, you do not have room to make mistakes. And in e-com, mistakes happen. So before choosing a product, make sure there's enough margin to support the full business, not just the product cost. And the biggest hidden cost is waste of time. This is the one no one really talks about. You can waste weeks perfecting a store before testing the product. You can waste days changing your logo. You can waste hours comparing themes. You can waste money on apps you don't really need. And you can just waste a lot of ad spend on a product with no demand. And all of that slows you down. The goal is not to move randomly, the goal is to move in the right order. Pick a product with the demand, build a clean store, make the product page very clear, set up basic trust at the back end, connect all the tracking, then you could start testing. That is how you avoid wasting time on things that do not matter yet. So the hidden cost of the Shopify is not just the monthly plan, it's the full system behind the store. Your apps, traffic, creatives, product testing, backend tools, shipping, returns, fees, and obviously your time. But that does not mean you should avoid Shopify. It just means you need to understand what actually matters. Spend money in the right order, keep the setup very, very lean and simple, and focus on the things that help you get the data, sales, and your repeat customers. So if you're building a Shopify store, don't just ask how much does Shopify cost? What do I actually need to make this store work? I'm Joel again with Shopify Mastery, and if you want to build your store the right way, make sure you don't skip the back end. That's where you capture your visitors, abandoned carts, follow up with customers, and increase lifetime value over time. I'll leave the tools I recommend below so you can get started. And if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe because I'll be breaking down a lot more Shopify tools, systems, and strategies you can actually use to build and grow your store a lot faster. I'll see you in the next one.